Hey guys, in this video I'll be showing you how to achieve this zombie makeup look and how to create cut wounds on your hand. Let's start off by using a matte dark brown eyeshadow to hollow out our eyes. And not to forget the other eye. And why not give yourself a nose job? To achieve the I haven't eaten in many days face, let's start hollowing out our face. I will be using this matte highlighting shade to enhance the sunken cheeks. I'm gonna add some concealer to my lips to make it look dehydrated. I'm gonna be adding some purple eyeshadow underneath my eyes to create some dimension. Plug some holes into a disposable makeup sponge to help create texture. I will be using some purples and red cream colors. Then apply the colors on the areas you want your bruise to be. Place a cotton wool on the areas you want your decaying skin to be. Layer some latex over the cotton wool and let it dry. Don't forget to test if you are allergic to latex by testing it on the back of your hand. Because the cotton wool takes time to dry, take this time to draw your veins. Be sure to not use a heavy hand for this step. Once the cotton wool dries, fill them up with red, purple, black, green, yellow. And for those hard to reach places, I like to use a small detailed brush to fill them in. Here comes the fun part, the blood. I'll be adding some Ben Nye scab blood because I find that it adds texture to the wound. You can then add some additional touch-ups. And start using your stipple sponge to help spread out your runny blood. You can also use the stipple sponge to help create tiny small cuts. I'll be adding some red eyeshadow onto my waterlines. To use this teeth enamel by Ben Nye, I have to dry off my teeth. You will have to wait for it to dry before you can close your mouth. Here's a close-up of the look we just did. Let's go on to the scratches. We'll be working with some Ben Nye Scar Wax. For this step, I feel like it's crucial to have some Vaseline. The Vaseline helps the scar wax to not stick onto your fingers. Once you've molded your scar wax, you now have to place some latex on the area you want to put your scar wax. Don't forget to coat your spatula with some Vaseline and smooth out the edges. And repeat to create a cut wound. This is another way to create a cut wound. You take a good amount of scar wax and mold it into a thick rectangle. And start smoothing out the edges. After you've smoothed out all the edges, all you have to do is cut a slit in the middle of the scar wax. Start making the center opening a little bigger. Cover it all with a little bit of latex so it will last longer. Apply some loose powder to mattify the scars. Next, I'm going to use the same technique and plug some holes into a disposable makeup sponge. And then start applying some cream colors. Don't forget to use a light hand because you can always build the colors. For those harder to reach places, I like to use a more detailed brush to fill them in. Now let's apply some blood. I like to use my scalp blood to apply it in the cuts. For the runny blood, I just apply it with a stipple sponge around the wound. You can add more runny blood, but I prefer it this way.